India is both a continental and a maritime power. Force India to have a continental kind of an outlook. But if you have a look at India's geography, I think it tells us that it's really small. So India enjoys a predominant kind of a place in the Indian Ocean region, and hence we are always the first responder, preferred partner of choice for any other country. For over a century, the struggle for global power has been, in essence, a struggle for control of geography. The seas, the continents, the skies. And if you look at today's context, it extends towards space, cyberspace, and cognitive domain. The location of nation states and its physical geography determines the ability to project power and exercise strategic options beyond its size. Look at two small nations, Djibouti at one end and Singapore. Both lie at Bable Mandab and Strait of Malacca, which are not only strategically important but also important for trade. Similarly, have a look at our nearest maritime neighbor, that's Indonesia. The number of states which connect the Pacific and the Indian Ocean, that is Sunda, Lombok, Malacca, and Omniwata, all pass through. So not only Indonesia can exercise influence over trade which passes through these important straits, but also in case of conflict, it should be able to control overseas and undersea traffic passing these waters. Coming to some specifics of heartland and hinterland theories, geopolitical dominance, I believe, can be exercised to control over continental landmass or through maritime space. However, if you look at the geopolitical events of the 20th century, India's partition, the coming of Pakistan, our war with China, forced India to have a continental kind of an outlook. But if you have a look at India's geography, I think it tells us that India is both a continental and a maritime power. So we are a continental power because of a huge landmass. We are a continental power because a large amount of our population resides in the heartland. We are connected to the Asian landmass, physically. We are a kind of a maritime power because of a peninsular shape jutting out into the Indian Ocean region. We have the two island territories on the flanks, which provides us a huge amount of depth and security to the mainland. And if you have a look at the large number of countries which are resident powers in the Indian Ocean region, most of them are small litorals or countries which are on the east coast of Africa, also significantly small. So India enjoys a predominant kind of a place in the Indian Ocean region, and hence we are always the first responder, preferred partner of choice for any other country. So therein lies the importance of India, being both maritime as well as a continental power. Let's have a look at what does China's geography say to us. China, again, like India, presents a geography which is both continental and maritime in nature, and it's got huge continental depth and access via Pacific to the east and south China Sea. So it's, in fact, because of the geographical distribution of population actually Chinese, unlike India, that's largely on the coastal region. So China could be called as a mainland power. I wanted to talk about Pakistan, but I think that will take quite a bit of time. And I wanted to explain the geographical implications. Its layout is such that it lacks satellite side of the head. And being very small in size, and they do not have any kind of maritime role as far as the geography is concerned. So they have a restricted role, and it always had to live in alliances for its very survival and future. And that's what we see actually happen in the past, and it's happening historically, presently also. So distances don't matter in today's warfare, which was an important element, right up to 65 knots, which you mentioned, sir. Similarly, surprise is no longer relevant because you can see everything. So because of important battle factor, today probably deception may be more important than surprise. So whatever is visible, if you can deceive that, that becomes important. And third thing is disappearance of this offensive maneuver, because today anything that moves is visible, it can be tracked. If it is tracked, you can actually hit that. Beyond trade and energy, the region underpins the world's digital and financial connectivity, hosting the darkest web of seabed-based communication cables linking Europe, Africa, and Asia. So that again defines the centrality of Indian Ocean region as compared to Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. So the importance of Indian Ocean is also well understood by bipolar powers like America and US. No wonder Americans from a Pacific command came over to Indo-Pacific command, and China has also invested heavily in creating new infrastructure in countries like Pakistan and established a network of strong bases and economic ties with countries in the region. And so geographically, I think the future says that Indian Ocean is going to remain very, very important. And as I said earlier, India geographically enjoys a central position in this particular